I know that I flew over this entire example of an explicit wait. And the reason I did that is because there is a more efficient and a better to read method of doing explicit waits. That's exactly what I'm going to show you next. It's the most convenient. And what I've done here to exemplify to you not only how these explicit waits fix the tests, but also they're more readable and they are easier to use. You can see I've placed the tests that were fixed implicitly over here on the left in the implicitwait.cs file, and then I have the same exact tests fixed explicitly over here on the right hand side in the explicitwait.cs file. So you can see that they do exactly the same thing. This one goes to a slow animation URL. Obviously, it's not going to have this step of setting an implicit wait because it's no longer required. It still fills out the credit card info, and then it sets an explicit wait. I did the same thing for test 3, as you can see test 3 here, and then I did the same exact thing for test 4 as well. Okay? So you can see how they look side by side. They're the exact same code, but what's changed is one is an explicit wait implementation and the other is an implicit wait implementation. So let's dig in to the explicit waits so that you can better understand exactly what's happening. So here's the first test fixed explicitly. It's doing all the same actions as before, and down here is where we start to use an explicit wait condition. The way we use an explicit wait condition is you first have to initialize an instance of the WebDriverWait class. The WebDriverWait class comes from openqa.selenium.support.ui namespace. And you can see that there are two different types of implementations, two different types of constructors, and you can supply the different options. I basically have never used this constructor on line 25. However, if you find a need for it, let me know. I would be very interested to know why that would be needed. I've always used this first constructor. And so inside of this constructor, we've supplied a driver and a time span. The time span obviously lets us know how long we want to wait for an element before throwing a WebDriver timeout exception. That's what happens whenever we use our explicit waits. Also, just wanted to mention, make sure that if you're using the WebDriverWait class, you should have the appropriate namespaces imported up here. I wanted to show you those because I obviously coded previously, and so I imported all the appropriate namespaces. So back to here. So now that we have our wait class, which is going to do the waiting, the wait class has a method called .until. We can take a look at this method just using F12 to navigate to the definition. And you can see that it uses generics, and it basically allows you to create any kind of function that you want and wait for a specific condition to be returned. Let me better show you that. So in this case, what we can do is we can wait until an expected condition. An expected condition is something that Selenium has provided us to make life easy. So you can see that it comes from that namespace right there, openqa.selenium.support.ui.expected conditions. These provide us many different options to check for the presence of an element. Take a look here.